Hey everyone, my name is Talia and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Woo! So welcome to my channel. I think this is going to be mostly about psychological theories and kind of how we react in explaining behavior. And then hopefully if this kind of does alright, then I'll do some other series on some more interesting things. So if you like the video, please subscribe, or even like or leave a comment. Just let me know what you think and hopefully it can continue because I like doing this stuff. So that's enough of that and let's jump into the video. So have you ever sent a risky text and the most frustrating thing happens? This. It's the most frustrating thing to ever appear on your phone other than a Clive Palmer ad. But from this, we get all angry, we get upset, we get frustrated, we get anxious and insecure. But why? It's something so mundane as a timestamp. So why do we get so upset? It's a cute little thing called rejection. I'm sure we all know what rejection is. But it's kind of like a mixture of feelings produced by feelings of us not being good enough or that we're being socially excluded. And our reactions to being rejected can alter our behavior in the present and in the future, as well as our reactions may be different to one another. In a study by Glagos and Gaspar, they were assessing the differential effects of rejection and acceptance on feeling shock, numb, and neutral. According to their numbness hypothesis, rejection may not result in a negative effect rather than just being numb. This was based on a longitudinal study where participants were placed in a rejection group and a control group, and the rejection group reported feeling a lot worse than the control group, but they didn't necessarily feel bad. So what they came up with is a possible explanation for this odd experience, and it's something akin to the feeling of shock in which a person becomes emotionally numb. According to the numbness hypothesis, being rejected leads to cognitive deconstruction. This sounds horrific, like our brains are falling apart, but it is actually a mechanism that is characterized by emotional numbness, lethargy, perceptions of meaninglessness, altered perceptions of time, and avoidance of self-focused attention. So basically my Friday nights. But this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It can also be a good thing when it provides a buffer between your negative experience and your physical and emotional well-being. So while we are in a state of shock when someone has left us on red, it is because it is an unexpected event. It goes against our social schemas of what should happen. The idea of being exposed to extreme physical pain may result in insensitivity to that pain. So exposure to rejection produces insensitivity to both physical and emotional pain. This can also be called pain numbing. Bernstein and Claypool did some studies on this and linked it to rejection. They explained that the innate drive for us to be together in social groups and to connect with one another is very vital to our well-being and our survival. The ability to establish and maintain connections has numerous survival benefits for us all. So reproductive benefits provide social support, access to resources, and helping us in times of danger. They found that social exclusion can result in anxiety, low self-esteem, low mood, and actually increases violence. So basically avoid isolation and try to be social. I know it's hard and I can't do it sometimes, but we have to. So there's two types of pains that they brought up. Social pain, which is a distressing experience arising from an actual or potential psychological distance from a close person or a social group. And physical pain, the unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with potential or actual tissue damage. The social pain theory suggests that these two types of pain work together. So when you are socially rejected, this feeling of pain will piggyback on top of our physical pain experience. Why is that, you ask? Because of evolution. We had to rely on each other for survival at one point in time. So when we were excluded from the group, the pack, then we had a higher chance of getting hurt or dying. So to bring it back to the topic, when we are rejected over a text message, we are feeling social numbness and pain. Because these two types of pain are linked together, we are also feeling physiological numbness. To support this study, there was another study done where some participants were put into a situation where they felt rejected, and then they were put into a scanner. And what they found was an activation in the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, a structure that is linked to actually physical pain. So we can physically see that there is a link between rejection and feeling physical pain. So when we are feeling excluded, I'm sure we've all been in this situation where we've been not invited to lunch or a social gathering many of times, and we have low energy, low self-esteem, increased anxiety, lack of meaning. So basically, just don't leave people on red. It's not fun for anyone, and it just causes more troubles than it's worth. Unless someone is threatening you, then just block them or go to the police, please. So yeah, that's the end of my first video. I hope that you liked it. So yeah, if you did like it, subscribe, like, comment, share it. If you didn't like it, subscribe, like, comment and share it. And hopefully I can do this again. We don't know. Okay. Thank you. Good night.